Hi there, I'm Mark Sebastian, founder of OptionPit.com, and this is the Option Pit Trade Idea of the Week reminder. None of this should be considered as investment advice. Consult your financial professional. Options have risk. So if you lose money, it is your fault. Hey, I want to remind everybody, check out our events tab. We've got Mastering Iron Condors and Butterflies coming up June 11th at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Normally, it's going to be on our site for $297. Just $167 to watch it live. So if you went to our store and bought the old one, $247. Or you can attend it live for $167. Not a bad deal. All right. And remember, these are always free if you're a subscriber to OptionPit.com. Not a bad little do. So let's talk about the market. Well, you can see big rally today. You got the SPOOs up about 15. You've got the RUT up 12 over 1%. Kind of the whole market is up, the NDX being the big leader. But, the area where things continue to be kind of weak is retail. And, it's up a little bit. And people have kind of said, all right, well, maybe it's time to look into those. But, you see things like Ross Stores where things were just terrible today. But the one I want to look at is Nike. And Nike, you can see, is down 50 cents. And let's look at a chart here. I mean, it's just been on a terrible path. And after posting great earnings, then, all right. And that's because retail sales at Macy's and Nordstrom's and things like that have been bad. But that forgets things like DSW and Amazon, where Nike actually sells shoes, or Nike.com. All sorts of things. I think Nike has potential to do really well. And I think it's due for a bounce. And so let's take a look at the volatility. Not that high. If I go 6 months, I mean, certainly high to where it's been the last, back in here, but where things have been really since the beginning of the year, all the way out to August, relatively low. So I think the stock's for sale, and I would be a buyer, and I'd be a buyer of calls. And, when I look, the stock's trading 56.5. And June calls have, well, it's, kind of looking at the cheapest option on the board. You can see it's definitely those June 17s, I think, or the June 10s. These are the two cheapest. And the nice thing about the June 10s is that they've got strikes every 50 cents. So with this stock trading 56.5, I can buy a 57 call, so right out of the money for less than $1. So I'm going to bid 90. You can see it's traded 97 cents recently. So let me see if I can get a fill there. I'm going to bid 97 cents. And then my goal is to sell it at $2 and be a happy camper with that. All right. And, we'll see where this thing goes. But I think that in the next couple of weeks, Nike's going to make a run to 60. That's kind of my plan. So, all right, well, let's get this filled. Folks, this is the problem with payment for order flow, is that Gemini charges a big fee to get filled. So that's why it's not filling. That's why it's not filling me right away, because really my bid is 97.60. All right. And under normal circumstances, would I be a little more, let's say, would I try harder to buy these? Would I pay 97 cents for them? No. But I like that. The June 10 57 call for 90, I paid 99. You can probably pay about 95 if you go for it. I like that as a trade, and I'm looking forward to selling this at $2, hopefully by next week. We had our first real stinker in a while in these Nordstrom calls from last week, but I still have faith, all right, that the stock could recover. That's me. We'll see, though, folks. All right, folks. You got questions, you can email me, mark@optionpit.com. You can call me 888-TRADE-01. Have a good one.